Fire away.
Okay.
Well, Dave, given your amount of NFL experience, just what's been most special with you working with Dustin, considering the milestone people crossed on Sunday?
Just so consistent, and he's such a leader for our football team. And no matter who we bring in, kicker-wise, he's the kicker whisperer. I mean, he's great. He's a great holder, probably the best holder I ever had. And I've had some good ones. Brad Manning was really good at Chicago too. So he's a student of the game. He's just a great person to be around, good family man, and a great teammate, and and a really, really good player. I mean, he wouldn't be lasting this long if he wasn't that good.
What makes him a leader?
Just a leader in the locker room. He gives people advice, tips. I mean, he's been around. He's 15 years older than everybody in that room, pretty much, and but again, he's young at heart too. At the same time, he's not untouchable. I mean, he gets down in there with them and jokes with them and shoots baskets and whatever. I mean, he's got to figure it out.
What kind of priority was it when you first got here to make sure he stuck around?
Oh, it was important. I mean, he's coming in, I knew he was great. I knew he was really good and solid, and the only thing we wanted to do was make him a little bit more directional, because that's our philosophy. We're more of a directional team, and he accepted that role and got better at it, and now he's he actually extended his career, I really believe.
When you played against him, when you were with the Bears, what was your scouting report on him?
He's a bomber. I mean, he could bomb the ball to you. We had Devin Hester, at Chicago, and we played against him a few times, and we got a big one against him. We like playing against bombers when we're at Chicago, because they put the ball down the middle deep. Devin gets the ball, and we have a chance. So that was one of the scouting reports we had on him. But going forward, as you get older, you need to be a little bit more directional. You need to be able to move the ball a little bit so you can use your protection a little bit more, or your coverage rather. And that's really what he turned into and extended his career.
Was the lefty thing kind of a factor at all?
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's always a factor, but there's a lot of lefty punters now, and they got the lefty jugs machine, and it's not it's not so much an issue. Not like it used to be. Yeah.
You were really high on Tremon Smith. Just seemed like a numbers thing. Now he's with Green Bay. Just how do you replace what he offered?
Well, first of all, I mean, we're going to miss Tremon. I mean, Tremon, I love Tremon. I mean, everybody knows that. He was good for us last year. He had some big returns and on a all rookie team, and he did a really good job for us. The fact that we have a lot of returners, and the fact that he really wasn't a corner or wasn't a wide out, that really came into play. Cutting down when Tyreek got hurt, so that became a factor, and I'm glad he got picked up. I had a feeling he would, and he's going to be good for Green Bay.
What was that conversation like? Just kind of like saying goodbye and good luck.
We had a conversation during the week because we knew it was going to go down, and I wanted to make sure, that I did speak to him, so it just wasn't like a cut, be gone. So I had the conversation with him. He's a true professional. He kept his head up and kept working the rest of the week, and I told him, I said, I hope you get picked up, but if you don't, we want you back on practice squad. But we kind of knew that was going to happen.
Okay, John Harbaugh's kind of
the
guy who did the special teams route to the head coach. What's kind of your thought on him and the kind of the path he had? Because you've had some.
Well, John and I go way. I mean, when I first got in the league, I worked for John. I worked for John for 3 years at the Eagles. When Andy hired me. And I learned everything, that I learned initially about special teams from him, first 3 years before I moved to Chicago. So, I kind of model myself after him, the way he deals with the media, the way he deals with players, the way he, coaches on the field. There's a lot of things that he does that I resemble, that I do now, So, I look up to him as a mentor, and I talk to him. I don't talk to him as much as I used to, and probably not as much as I should, but he's a really good friend, and we get together when we can.
Coach, just a home opener. You know what offense.
It's been a long time. It's been a month since we've played.
I know, it's been a while since you guys been here, but when you're dealing with that special teams and you're home and it's your field and it's all that stuff, what do you talk to the guys about, and how excited are you for that?
We're excited to be at home just because our fans are there, the Kingdom, that makes a big difference for us. I mean, people cheering, when we have a punt return, everybody gets excited, the crowd gets loud, that makes a difference. But other than that, I mean, as far as, we don't say anything different to them during the week, we just talk about how important it is to make smart blocks and finish, you know, in coverage, and just do all the right things that you're coached to do. But it's just going to be good to be out back at home again.